Oh my god. I thought I was live and I was not. I didn't know that I had to hit the little go live button. So I guess we are live now. But I'm still gonna go check on my channels, make sure everything's looking good. Um, yeah. And then I'm also gonna take a picture for Instagram. Oh, there's three people here. Oh. Oh my. Okay, so we are live. I just wanted to make sure that we were. I'm gonna take a picture for Instagram. All right. So we are live. I don't even know how to pin comments. So we're gonna figure that out in just a second. Um, we are live, link in bio for my channel. I'm posting it on Instagram just in case anybody else wants to join. Hi! Oh my god, there's people here! I didn't think anyone would come. That I figured it out how to pin comments. Hi, escaping through novels. Hello, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Hi, Bailey. How are you? Hello, beers, books, and booze. Hi, Caitlin. Thank you for being here. Hi, Cami. Hello, the bright intention. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Could y'all tell me what you guys are reading? What you guys are planning on reading today? I would love to know. If anyone's curious, I started today City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. It has that library copy plasticky stuff on the top, but yeah, I'm super excited to keep reading it. I really enjoyed the little bit that I read from it. It was really good in my opinion. So I'm excited to continue it. It's really reminded me of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, if anyone has read that book. But yeah, what are y'all reading right now? I would love to know. I'm gonna check. Okay, nothing important. Okay, good. I know a couple other people are live right now on YouTube. I think Carol from Carol T Reads is live, and then later on tonight at like 8 p.m. I think Books Past My Bedtime is going live at like 8 p.m. ish. I'm finishing Dark Meat at Night's Edge by Cressley Cole. Paranormal romance. I've never heard of it. I haven't read paranormal romance in so long. But that sounds really interesting. I hope that you like it. I'll be reading Girl A and Little Fires Everywhere. I read Little Fires Everywhere a while ago. It was interesting because the book takes place in Ohio, or Cleveland, Ohio, where I live, like in Shaker Heights, which is like 20 minutes away from me. I think it was pretty accurate when it comes to the representation of the people that live in Shaker Heights. But I think that one was like a 3.5 star for me because I think it was a little bit too hyped. But I hope you really enjoy it. I haven't heard of Girl A, so I'm interested to know what that's about. I've been binging some of your old videos. Thank you. I'm reading Honey Girl and hope to finish during these sprints. I think Honey Girl was part of the book of the month picks, and I've heard and seen the cover around. I think is an LGBTQIA plus novel, but I'm not entirely sure. But I hope you're liking it. And I hope it's really good. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm in such a mood for middle grade, so either Winterborn, Home for Vengeance, and Valor or City of Ghosts. Those all sound like epic, fantastical novels. I hope you enjoy them. I haven't read middle grade in a long time. But I do want to read oh my god, Amari and the Night Brothers because Jaleesa over from Bookmark Bounded and Bookmark. I forgot her channel name, but Jaleesa always is talking about Amari and the Night Brothers, so I want to read that book. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Yes, that was my first 5-star of the year for last year, for 2020 or maybe 2019. I can't remember, but it was a 5-star for me. I really enjoyed it. I started a dating plan by Sarah Dessay yesterday. Huh, the dating plan. I haven't heard of that. It sounds like a romance. I hope you like it. Akasab! Hell yeah! I still need to buy it. I kind of want to have the experience of like going to the bookstore and buying it, but like right now I'm looking over my TBR cart and I have like 4 like high fantasy novels that I need to read and just Akasab isn't happening anytime soon. But yeah. I hope you like it, Cami. That means that you finished A Court of Wings and Ruin. Did you? Oh no, wait. A Court of No. So wait, you are reading the new one, right? Not the novella. Now I'm confused. Cuz there's the novella A Court of Frost and Starlight. So I don't know if you read that one, but you don't really have to. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is really good. Yes, it is. I love that book. I think that was like my first pick for Book of the Month. Like the first time that I ever even heard about Book of the Month, that was the first book that I chose. Raylene, I'm curious what you think of Girl A. My stepmom picked it as her Book of the Month. Okay, so I think that's where I heard about Girl A. It's probably a Book of the Month pick. I did skip last month because nothing sounded too interesting to me. And that's it, that's the annoying part about Book of the Month. Nothing sounds very interesting at first, and then everybody gets some books and you're like, "Oh, that looks good now." So, I don't know. I'm from Ohio, so I thought that was cool. Yes, I live in Cleveland right now. I'm not from here, but I've been living here for like, oh my God, 6, 7 years now. So, yeah. Oh my God, I read it. Okay. I can't read. Oh my God, I read Amari and the Night Brothers, and it's so good. I want to read it so bad. I know my friend Cami, she's here. Burrows and Books read it, and she really liked it too. And the great Jaleesa is like the advocate of that book. Like she will recommend the shit out of that book every time. I am loving Good Girls so far. Good Girls Guide to Murder. Yeah, I'm happy that you're enjoying it. I really loved it. I have the sequel and it hasn't come out in the US yet, but I have the sequel because I ordered it from like a British publishing company. I don't know how I got it, but I got it. And it hasn't come out in the US yet. I think it comes out in like a month now, maybe. So yeah, I'm excited to read the sequel for that as well. So excited for Amari. Plan on reading it next month. I need to buy it first and then I can read Amari. Uh but it sounds really, really good. I just don't read a lot of middle grade, so I don't know how much I'll like it, but we'll see. Amari and the Night Brothers is fantastic, said Cami, and we trust Cami's opinion here, okay? We really do. So is Bailey reading? It's good so far. I'm not sure it's actually going to be a thriller, but some shady stuff is going on that I'm intrigued about. I wonder, I think I read what book you're reading a while back, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm sorry. Yes, I'm reading the new one and I'm not reading the novella. I just read a spoiler summary, but this one is. Okay. Yeah, I read the novella. It's nothing special, honestly. I think anybody could skip it. It's nothing really too important happens, but I hope that you're liking the new book. Yes, Amari is a 5 out of 5 stars. I really want to read Amari. I need to get to that. Hi. Oh my God, I haven't talked to you in so long. Hi, Felipe. Do you have any anticipated releases for this year? Um, okay. My most anticipated release already came out. It was A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer, which is the third book in the A Curse So Dark and Lonely series. But I already have it, so I can't think of anything. Maybe excuse me, maybe Akasov, but that already came out, like, was it yesterday or today that Akasaf came out? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't have many anticipated releases. I'm pretty caught up on all my series, or if I had an anticipated release, it was coming out at the beginning of the year, so it's already out. So I don't have many. But I'm curious to know what all of y'all anticipated releases are, or maybe like some of your favorite books of the year so far. This is so much fun. Hi there. Thank you for being here. Thank y'all for joining. Yeah, but I want to know what y'all are reading. I don't know if anyone missed. I'm reading City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. I read like the first chapter this morning and really, really liked it. So I'm hoping that I love this book, but we'll see. Um, yeah, what are some of your guys' favorite books of the year so far? What are you reading? Let me know. We started talking at 6:30. Usually how this goes is people talk for like a half hour and then read for a half hour. But if we want to read earlier than that, that's totally fine. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I didn't think anyone would come, honestly, so I just thought that I'd go live. And whenever I like want to do live reading sprints and nobody's being like live, I would just watch my own video low key. So oh, I still need to get A Curse of Dark and Lonely. My boyfriend got me that book and I absolutely loved I love the series. I love the first one and the second one too. I think it's a really good fantasy with just really, really good characters. The writer of A Curse of Dark and Lonely used to write a lot of contemporary, so she's really good at building characters in my opinion. But yeah. Um I got an arc of One Last Stop and an arc of Ace of Spades. I feel like I've heard both of those titles before, but I can't like pinpoint who wrote them or what they're about. But I'm so happy that you got arcs. Arcs are great. Um, I used to get a lot of arcs and I just never read them. So I've stopped with the arc chasing. I also don't like e-arcs. I've noticed that I just don't like reading ebooks. I will do an audiobook or physical book any day, but ebooks I just don't really enjoy for some reason. One of my most anticipated is The Taking of Jake Livingston. Think I've heard of that. And I am reading I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. I don't know why I can't read today. Like I know what you're saying, but I'm just reading it wrong. I'm gonna look up on Goodreads that book because that sounds super familiar. The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas. Oh, you know what? I'm on the influencer list for whatever publishing company this is for, and I was offered an e-arc, but I don't read ebooks, so I didn't take it. But next time, I'm just gonna forward you their email, Felipe, so you can get that. Ace of Spades is incredible. I haven't heard of it, but I'm glad y'all liked it. Oh my god, I've heard great things about One Last Stop. What is this book? I haven't heard from it. I just got an arc of Ace of Spades as well. I cannot wait to read it. Yes, all of you getting your arcs. I love it. I'm so glad. I love when people get arcs for books that they're like really anticipating. It's just so great. Honey Girl has been my favorite so far this year, but one of my most anticipated books of 2021 is Lost in the Neverwoods. I think that's by Aiden Thomas, who wrote Cemetery Boys, and I'm really anticipating that book as well. I really love Cemetery Boys, and yeah, it was fun. So, and this sounds like a concept that I would really, really like because it has Peter Pan, I believe, in it. It's kind of like a Peter Pan retelling. Um, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, this Honey Girl book keeps coming up, so I'm gonna have to look it up. I know it was in the book of the month selections, but yeah, I need to add it to my TBR. Ooh, I want to read Ace of Spades. It sounds fantastic. I need to look it up as well. I I that one is one that I know nothing about, but yeah. Ace of Spades. Is it by Farida Abike? Sorry. I apologize. It comes out in June, so I'm assuming this is the book that y'all are talking about. Why am I losing my voice right when I start this live? I've been sick for the past couple of days, and just today I started feeling much better. It's been horrible. Firekeeper's Daughter comes out next month. That's one of my most anticipated for sure. The cover is stunning. Haven't heard. I feel like I'm part of booktube, but I'm not part of booktube. Like a lot of the same like people know a lot of some books that I've never heard of in my life. Like I haven't heard so many of these books. Ace of Spades is pitched as Gossip Girl meets Get Out. Huh, I'm gonna add that to my TBR because I love both of those things, Gossip Girl and Get Out. That's such a weird mix, but I'm here for it. I love it. That's so cool. Ace of Spades is dark academia thriller focusing on institutional racism. I couldn't stop thinking about it for days. Shit. I'm intrigued. That sounds really good. So I just added it to my TBR on Goodreads. So I'm looking forward to reading that one now. Um, yes, I got what you were saying. Institutional, yeah. Okay. Well, I think maybe we could start reading at 6:50 if that sounds good for everybody. And maybe we could read, I don't know, for 20 minutes or a half hour. Y'all let me know. But yeah. Also, this is not wine. This is just green tea in a wine glass because I just like using my wine glass with stuff in it that like looks like wine, but it's not, you know? These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan is one of my most anticipated reads for 2021. Have I heard from it? No, I have not heard about this book ever in my life. But that sounds cool, Cammy. Yes. I thought it was wine. No, yeah, I know. I like every time that I have green tea or like Powerade in the house, I just like put it in this glass because it looks like an alcoholic beverage, but it's not. And it just feels great, honestly. Like when you're at home late at night with like a glass of something that it's not alcoholic and you're just watching TV, like it just feels great, you know? Hi, Carol. I thought you were on Braden's channel. Maybe that live is over. But yeah, this is Carol from Carol T Reads, and currently she and other people, Braden and Haley, are hosting the Ariana Grande readathon, which is why I'm reading this book, by the way. It's also why I wanted to do live reading sprints because I wanted to get a lot of reading done, because it we are in the middle of a readathon. So yeah. If you guys hadn't heard about the Ariana Grande readathon, go check out her channel. She has an announcement video on her channel. I have an obsession with mason jars, I get it. I used to have a whole bunch of mason jars, and then I started using them to put my flowers in them, so I can't drink out of them anymore. So, yeah, I should get some mason jars that, like, I can drink out of now. My husband just showed up with McDonald's, so I won't do good the first sprint. You can you can just eat during the first sprint. I won what did he get you? Like chicken nuggets, that's always good. Maybe a McChicken. I like chicken more than I do the beef at McDonald's, honestly. I am, hehe. We're doing sprints now, and I decided to stop by. Thank you for stopping by, Carol. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know what I didn't know that you guys were doing live reading sprints tonight. I hadn't seen it on his channel. I looked through my subscriptions under the live category to make sure that not a lot of people were going live today or no one at all were doing reading sprints. And then after I scheduled this, I saw Braden's post, and then I also saw Books Past My Bedtime is going live in like an hour-ish. So yeah. Chicken nuggets, yes. Do you get sauce with them? Because my boyfriend hates any type of sauce. Like he'll eat his chicken nuggets dry. I love all sauces, but ranch is supreme. That's all I'm gonna say. Listen to Akatar audiobooks. Are you going to be listening to the Akatar book in audiobook? This was totally impromptu. Okay, that's what I thought because I was looking through the subscriptions to make sure that nobody was going live today. Um, I was looking for lives to like go and watch and join, but yeah, sweet and sour sauce. Yes, I love sweet and sour sauce, but I my favorite would probably be ranch. Oof, I miss McDonald's. You miss Do you miss it because there could be a couple options? You are eating healthier now and you haven't gone to McDonald's in a while, or is it because of the pandemic? Or I think you live in Brazil. I'm sure they have McDonald's in Brazil, but I'm not sure. So let me know. I don't know. It's so funny because I used to tell people, well, not used to. When it comes up, I tell people that I used to live in Puerto Rico. I lived in Puerto Rico for like 14 years. Um, And people are always like, "Oh, so is it like the first time that you're seeing like all these TV shows or like I don't know, like fast food?" And I'm like, "No, we have Burger King and Popeyes and all this stuff and The Walking Dead in Puerto Rico." Like I remember when I was in high school, this boy was like, "Oh my God, don't you love that you live in the US? So, you can watch this show that we were talking about." I was like, we can watch it in Puerto Rico just because it's a US show doesn't mean that we can't watch it in Puerto Rico, dude. I'm just poor. And you're from Portugal. That's right. You speak Portuguese. I like because you speak Portuguese in some of your videos or your old videos. Um, I think they speak Portuguese too in Brazil. I think that's why I get those two confused. But yes, you live in Portugal and you're also like a model now. Like I hadn't seen you in my feed in a while and then out of nowhere I just started seeing all these pictures of you and you're like a model. And I was shook, Felipe. I was really shook. Um, all right, so we can start reading in like 5 minutes or so. Um, yeah, we can read in 5 minutes. I have to figure out this whole screen sharing situation. Because I'm not sure how to do it. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm losing my voice so much. Spicy chicken nuggets with ranch are the best. Yes. But I don't like McDonald's spicy chicken nuggets. They're not very good. They taste like plastic to me, but I love Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets and Burger King spicy chicken nuggets are really good. Yeah. But my most recent comfort food has been boneless chicken wings from Rally's, garlic parmesan. Those are incredible. They are supreme. I love those. But what are y'all's comfort foods? I would love to know. A model with no agency, yikes. They're missing out with all these deals, the brand deals they could be getting if you were signed under their end agencies. Because with your face on a campaign, they're missing out in some sales. All right? All right. That's all I gotta say. Just got here. Hi, Brittany. Thank you for being here. Reading Akasov. Yes, I feel like everyone just dropped whatever they were reading. It's no longer like valid. Like everyone just threw out whatever they were reading and just started reading Akasov the moment it came out. You know, I understand, but I have like two secret TBRs that I need to get through before I can get to the books that I want to read. And I still haven't read A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer. And that was one of my most anticipated releases of the year. And it's been out for like a month. So I will probably be reading Akasov in like the summertime, to be honest. But I love them from McDonald's, but my favorite is the Impossible Whopper with onion rings and ranch sauce. Girl, I used to from Burger King. I worked at Burger King for a really long time, and I learned like some hacks. Like, you can go to Burger King and tell them to do like half fries and half onion rings. So I would always do that. The Impossible Whopper is pretty great, but I would always get it with mayo and cheese, which kind of defeats the purpose. But that is a really good order. Me too. Hello, hello. Yes. Cami from Burrows and Books is also reading Akasov. So, what chapter are you on? Is this a buddy read now? Because I'm into it. I love it. Love to see it. I don't know why my nose just got so stuffy out of nowhere. I've been sick for a couple days, so bear with me, y'all. But thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Ah. All right, what time is it? 6:58. I'll probably do a couple of sprints. I do think I want to join books past my bedtime sprints because I'm annoying like that. So I don't know what time her sprints are, but we'll see. I am not far at all. LOL. I haven't had time to read, but I'm on chapter 4. Okay. Is it how many pages is it? Like how long is it? Cuz I've seen it's pretty chunky, but like how long? Like 400, 500, 600 pages? 800? I can't remember how long A Quarter Missing Fury was, but I know it was pretty long. So, I'm curious. How long is Akasov? Could you please let me know? I'd appreciate it. Tee. All right, so we can start reading in a minute. I'm gonna figure out how to share my screen. Am I sharing my screen? Oh, yes, I am. Hold on. I don't know how to do this. So when I share my screen, I can't see the live. I can't see myself. Is that how this works? Let me see. Removing that because I don't know how to do that. How do I do this? Um Damn, I knew something was gonna go wrong. Application window. Chrome tab. Countdown timer. Does that work? Oh, is that what it looks like? Oh, that's what it looks like, I think. Oh, Cammy's helping me out. Just share the tab for Chrome. Yes, I think that's what I did. I think it looks okay. Um, Mine is 757 pages long. Why? Oh my God. Why is it like 800 pages? Honestly, when I heard about Akasoff, I thought like, I don't know, I didn't think it was gonna be 800 pages long. I honestly thought it was a novella. Like, why are you 800 pages? That's crazy. Just share the tab. Thank you. I think I got it. Hello, you're doing great. Thank you. I appreciate it. When I go live, I just do the Chrome tab option for screen sharing and then choose the one with the timer. Yes, I think that's what I did. So let's start with a 20 minute, 20 minute. Yeah, let's do 20 minute. Um, sprint. So I'm gonna mute myself now and we can all start reading when the timer goes. So I'll see you all in 20 minutes. Maybe I should unmute myself before I start talking. Hi everyone. How do y'all do? Let me see. I made it to page 28 in my book. Um, yeah, I think I read like a chapter and a half. I'm on chapter 3 now. If you just got here, I'm reading City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. And if you just got here after we said what we're reading, please let me know what you're reading. I would love to know. Let me see. I didn't read much because I started to eat dinner. Okay, what are you eating? I'd love to know. I just had some Alfredo pasta with chicken earlier. It was really good. 17 pages. That's really good. I did not read 17 pages. I've been going a little slower than what I usually read. Um, but yeah, that's because I had to get up and do some things before I could sit down and read. I read 32 pages. What a hard-hitting novel. Oh yeah, you're reading I Know Why the Caged Birds Sing. Yeah, I bet it is. I've never read it, but 18 pages of Honey Girl. Oh, cool. Yes. I'm glad that y'all are getting like a lot of reading done. Um, that's not the case for me, y'all. I'm trying though. Chicken curry over rice. Hell yeah. That sounds like pollo guisado. But that sounds really good. I made like a chicken and chickpea curry yesterday and some yellow rice. It was really good. I read 20 pages and I think my book is starting to pick up. Yay! I'm so glad. That's so exciting. My book is a historical fiction. It's very similar, well, not super, but the format, it's this woman who was a teenager in the 1940s, and she's writing a letter to someone um about her teenage years in the 1940s in New York. So it's very immersive because you're kind of reading a letter, and it's just kind of like they're writing a letter to you. When you're reading it, it's just like reading a letter, honestly, about someone's story. It's pretty interesting. Hi, Kayla. Thank you for being here. I'm currently reading Chain of Gold. That's Cassandra Clare, right? I think that's part of the Mortal Instruments universe. That's exciting. I know it's a chunky book, so I hope you're enjoying it. How far into it are you? It's so good. My tia has a cooking channel and made this, so we followed the directions and it came out so good. What is your tia's cooking channel? Because I try to make I know you're Cuban, but I try to make like Puerto Rican dishes because my mom never really taught me. I just kind of like saw her making Puerto Rican food and I kind of learned. But like every time that I want to make something, I'm like on the phone with my mom, like, Mom, what all do you put into this? And like dishes in Hispanic like cultures, there's just so much in them, like so many ingredients. Like it's not simple at all. Like like just for chicken alone, there's like 8 ingredients just to make chicken. And like over here in the US it's like season it with salt and pepper, and like every time that I want to make something that's like Hispanic, I never know like where to even start because there's just so much. So I'm always calling my mom and asking her, but yeah, I never get it completely right. So I would love to have your auntie's channel so I can follow her recipes. That would be so cool. Yes, a Shadowhunter novel. I'm 275 pages in and loving it. That is so great. I'm so glad. Um, I read, oh my gosh, I read City of Bones, City of Ashes, and I read like half of the third book in that series, and then I DNF'd it. And then I had FOMO, so I read, oh my god, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and I never read the last book in that series because I just didn't really like it. So I just think Cassandra Clare's writing is just not for me. I don't know. I don't get it. I love that other people love the series to death. It's just not my cup of tea, I guess. Um, like in the same realm that a lot of people love the Throne of Glass series, and I just don't like it at all either, which is it's sad. I wish I liked it as much as other people do because the fandom is just so precious. Yeah, I can't cook Cuban food because my abuela doesn't write things down. Yes. And then my mom also, it's like I'll ask her like, "Okay, what's the measurement on that?" And she'll be like, "I don't know. I just pour like until it feels right." And I'm like, "I don't know what feels right." And then I always end up doing too much and then it just comes out salty. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I've asked my mom to help me cook, and she just doesn't have measurements. She'll just be like, "When it looks like that." And I'm just like, "How am I supposed to remember that? Like, just tell me half a cup, like, make it easy for me." But she won't make it easy for me, so that's annoying. um, so I'm interested to know what are some of y'all's favorite books of the year so far, because I need to add some books to my TBR because surprisingly, my TBR is looking a little short. I mean, it's like 90 something books, but every time that I go on it, it's like only like two or three books look interesting to me. So, I need some recommendations. I know it's very broad, but just tell me like what are some of your like 5 stars so far this year, which has only been 2 months, so it shouldn't be many. So far I've only had 1 star, 1 star, 1 5-star read, and then two 4.5-star reads. Um, my two 4.5-star reads were The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I really enjoyed that book. If you like the movie Knives Out and the book Truly Devious, I would really recommend The Inheritance Games. And then I just read Queenie by Candice Cardi Williams, and that was a 4.5 too. I really really liked it. That's for a secret TBR. And then my one and only 5 star this year so far is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, which I really really loved. So if y'all needed any recommendations, those would be mine. Um, Let me see. Yes, my mom does the same thing. I just have to watch and learn, is what they tell me. Yes, these Hispanic moms, like, they don't have no recipes. They just like follow their heart. And I'm just like, I don't know how to do it. Kingdom of Flesh. Yeah, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Yeah, that's on my TBR. I actually did like a little photo shoot with my boyfriend. We went to like a coffee shop and I took that book. That picture is actually going up tomorrow on my Bookstagram. But yeah, I took some pictures with that book. It's on my TBR cart and like on my TBR cart I have it organized at the first like row. It's books that I really want to get to. And at the moment, it's Six of Crows, A Vow So Bold and Deadly, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and then These Violent Delights. So it's up there. I really want to read it. Um, we have The City of Brass. The whole trilogy is really good. Okay, I'm gonna look that up right now. The City of Brass. I haven't read high fantasy in a while, so I really want to get back into it. Ooh, that looks good. All right. The House in the Cerulean Sea is my favorite so far. I should have read that last year. I just read that like 2 weeks ago. And it was a 5 star for me. I loved it. I feel like not a lot happens in the book, but the characters are all like each and every single character in that book is just so lovable. And you feel like you know these characters. Like the writing in that book was just really, really good for me. I just really liked it. The Broken Girls by Simon St. James was a really good thriller with a paranormal element. I think I've seen this somewhere on your Bookstagram, and it looked super intriguing. So I think I already added it to my TBR, but I'm gonna look it up right now just to make sure. Excuse me. Yes, I added it to my TBR because it looked super intriguing and I saw it. I think it was on your story, maybe a picture, I can't remember. But I already added this because it looked super intriguing when you talked about it somewhere on your Instagram. Amari and the Night Brothers is also fantastic. So far, those are two of my favorites. Everything else has been okay. Yeah. I have that on my TBR as well. I really want to read that. I have to buy it. I haven't bought some books in a little while. I think the last book that came in was my book of the month pick, but I've been holding off on buying books. I don't even have Akasoff yet because I haven't been buying books. So y'all know I'm committed if I don't have Akasoff. But yeah, I haven't read, let me see how many books I've read this year. So far I've read 12 books this year. And so far I started the year off with a 2-star, a 3-star, 4-star, 3-star, 4-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 5-star, 5-star, 3-star, 5-star. So it's been okay. 12 books. I would say like half and half, like okay or didn't really like, and then the other half it's like I liked it or loved it. So excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Um, have any of y'all read Bunny? I'm curious to know if anyone has read Bunny by Mona Awad. I read that like maybe a month ago now for a video. It was interesting. I gave it 2 stars. I didn't really like it. Now that I think about it, like I want to give it a 1 star, but I'm just gonna keep it at a 2 star. But I'm curious if anyone has read Bunny, cause it's really weird. Like I just can't see how other people like weren't like disoriented the whole time. Like it's a really weird novel. But we can start reading again at 7:40 and we can do another 20-minute sprint. I think this live is going to be like a shorter one. We've already been on for an hour. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. It's my first one, so I'm getting used to this. I've seen a lot of people like do this for many, many hours, like 3, 4, 5 hours, and I'm just like, damn. Like that is commitment. I can't talk for that long. Like because usually, like, if you have somebody else on your live, like, the other person can talk, but right now I'm, like, feeling tired, and then if I just shut up, it's just, like, complete silence. Like, it's funny. I haven't read any other 5-star books except Crown of Midnight, but you say you didn't like, Throne of Glass. Yeah, I think I got to Heir of Fire in that series, but I could be completely wrong. I know I read Throne of Glass, the second book, the novella, and then I started the third book. So I read 4 books and I didn't like any of them. And everyone kept saying, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. And I was like, it's not. I'm gonna stop now. So I did. But I don't think I read that one. I think I read half of Air Fire, but I can't remember. I got 50% through the audiobook and had to take a break because it was so strange, but I will eventually finish it. Yeah, um, it's only gonna get weirder. I'm just letting you know, like, if it was too strange for you, the 50%, it'll only get weirder. So, if you're not up for it, I would just skip it, honestly. But some people like really weird stuff. It was too weird for me. I think the point where I like weird, it's like Rory Power novels, but I think that's it for me. So I've heard a lot about the Troop. I forgot his name. I think it's Nick Cutter, but I've heard a lot about the Troop, and I've heard it's weird. So I don't know if it's like bunny weird or like Rory Power weird, but a little bit more because I've heard it's a little bit intense. So I'm not assuming it's gonna be like Rory Power books because Rory Power writes YA. If anyone doesn't know who Rory Power is, she wrote Wilder Girls and Burn Our Bodies Down, which every time that I finish those books, I'm always like, oh, that was like a 3 star. But then I'm always thinking about those books after the fact, so they always go up to like a 4 star. So I think books that make you think are just really like it means that you like them somehow, like they affected you. So I feel like they should get a higher rating, you know? I stopped after Queen of Shadows, but I will finish the series because I am on such a Sarah J. Maas kick and I will finish the series this year. Yes, and I know that you were talking about it too because Mel from Mel Reads really likes it. So I know I think that's why she kind of gave you like the drive to continue the series, but I think at this point, like, I've already forgotten, so I would have to reread all those books that I didn't really enjoy. So I don't really want to do that. But I'm glad that you're getting through it. And I'm glad that you're enjoying it because I get major FOMO from that series, but I just know I'm not gonna enjoy it. It's very similar to the Mortal Instruments. Like I know I'm not gonna like it, so I read The Troop. It could be compared to Wilder Girls, but more horror. You know, I'm okay with more horror. I think Bunny was just weird. Like, it was disorienting. Like, I felt disoriented. I felt like I was drunk and on drugs while reading that book. I felt like, am I okay? I felt like I was making up the book in my mind. That book was disorienting. It was a trip. It's what that book was. So yeah, I read that for my Emily in Paris video. Yeah, I don't know. The troop is super gory and gross. I had to stop listening to it. Ooh. I don't think I've ever read like a very gore heavy type of book, so I don't know if I'll like it or not because I don't have anything to compare it to. That's interesting. I've heard a lot about carrying slaughter to the good girls. I don't know if it's gore. I don't think it's gore. I just think it's very triggering. But I don't know. The troop is more like Wilder Girls than Bunny, I would say. It is super gory and more graphic. We love it. We love to hear it. Gore and graphic. That's great. I'm like wondering how. Like, is it like killing? Is it like it's not a war book. So I don't know much about it anyway, but yes, we have very similar tastes as well. I also love Cal so much so she said that he gets a huge redemption arc. I didn't like any of the love interests in Throne of Glass. I thought they were both stupid, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Hold on. It is body horror and pretty girls. Pretty girls. It's not the good girls. It's pretty girls. Subject matter is what is disgusting. Oh. Okay, so the troop is body horror. So that's why I've been thinking about Wilder Girls when I think about that book. Because there's body stuff in Wilder Girls. Okay, got it. And Pretty Girls has a weird or a disgusting subject matter. That's interesting. Okay. I still need to read Karen Slaughter. I still haven't read her, but I've heard a lot from Haley Hughes to read Karen Slaughter. So that's interesting. Okay, well, it's 7:41. So let's read for 20 more minutes. Yeah. Let's read for 20 more minutes and then we can come back and talk and we'll see how I'm feeling. How long has it been? An hour and 11 minutes. That's a pretty short live, but we'll see. So I'm gonna let me see if I remember how to do this again. Share screen, Chrome tab, countdown timer, share it. Did I do it? Ah, I did it! Okay, cool. Oh, no, we don't like that. We like that one. Okay, cool. So let's reset. Let's do 20 minutes. So I'm gonna start it and I'm muting myself and let's get back to reading. See y'all later. All right. So we are back. How much did y'all get read? I haven't been reading as fast as I usually do for some reason. So I'm currently on page 45. So I just read half of the chapter that I was on earlier. And now I'm on page 45 of this book. Um, I usually like to read at least 100 pages a day, so I have like 50 more pages until I put this book down. But yeah, let's go through some of these comments and let's talk. I'd love to know if anyone joined, what are you reading? For the people that have been here, how much did you read during the past sprint? Um, so I actually saw this comment right when the sprint started, Cami. Um, and I went on Amazon to see how much Pretty Girls was to add it to one of my wish lists, and it was like $8, so I just bought it. So thanks, Cami. I hadn't bought a book in a long time, but you just broke my streak. So thanks for that. I'm excited to read it though. I haven't read a thriller in a while, a good thriller in a while. So yeah, I think the last thriller that I read, oh my god, I don't even know what the last thriller I read, but I really liked The Guest List and The Turn of the Key. So oh, I put this on the chat. So I was just DMing Kirsten from Kirsten's Corner. That is her channel name. So you guys should go over there and subscribe to her. She's doing live reading sprints tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. EST. So tomorrow night, Friday. And I'm gonna be on her channel. So if you guys want some reading sprints tomorrow, go over to Kirsten's Corner. Go subscribe to her, and we'll be live tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. And usually on Kirsten's channel, we'll like read and then we'll chat and then we'll also play Among Us. And y'all can join the Among Us game and play with us. So it'll be fun. I'll pin this again later just in case anybody wants to get Kirsten's channel name again. But please go subscribe to her and join us tomorrow. Hi, I joined a couple of minutes ago, currently reading Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. That's so cool. I read that when I was like, oh my god, in high school, which was probably like 6 years ago now. So that is wonderful. I hope you're enjoying it. Hi, thanks for being here. Hi, Liv. Thank you so much for being here. What are you reading? What are you reading? What am I reading? Um, I just picked up City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. It is for a secret TBR video. I'm really liking it. It's kind of like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I'm liking it a lot. Currently reading A Court of Frost and Starlight, and it's boring AF. Like, I want to get through this so bad, and then I can get to Akasa. So, honestly, in my opinion, I mean, it's a pretty short book, so you can get through it if you want, but you can completely skip that book. Nothing really happens. It has no impact, I believe, on what is going to happen, to be honest. So I would completely skip it. But if you want to get through it, you can get through it. I believe in you. Or you could look up on Libby if they have the audiobook. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier for you. I am reading One of Us is Lying. Yes, I really like that book. I think I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's a really, really fast read. Um, and also Karen McManus is like such a sweetheart. I met her in Y'all Fest when we went like 2 years ago, and she was so nice. Like she was talking to me about like the TV show and stuff, and because I was telling her that my favorite character, oh my god, I don't remember her name now, but the Hispanic girl, Rojas, something Rojas. I was telling her how she's like my favorite character, that I loved her. Um, and she was telling me like the inspiration behind the character and stuff about the TV show and how excited she is. And she talked to me for a while. It was really wild. She was really cool. I like her and the book. Um, I need to read The Cousins, I think it's called, by her. But yeah. I am also reading Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's so addicting, like I'm reading it so fast. So I think the only Jennifer L. Armentrout book that I've read is From Blood and Ash. I never got to her like Alien, I think they were aliens, to her Alien series. So, but I'm excited that you're enjoying it and reading it so quickly. I've heard that Jennifer L. Armentrout books are like that, just really fast reads. So I'm glad. I read 22 pages. That is great. I did not read that much. I wish I was reading more, but I'm enjoying my time here with y'all, so that's all that matters. Linda Wellingsford. I heard that too. My mom did not like it when she read it, so I skipped it. Yeah, I'm sure you're talking about A Court of Frost and Starlight. I would say skip it. I read it. It was fine. What Cami said is that she looked up a chapter summary for it. So you could just do that. Like read the spark notes type of things. Um, just in case you feel like you're missing something, but I'm sure that you're not missing anything important. But yeah. I came in sometime during that sprint and read 10 pages. I'm reading Me Before You. Yes, I read Me Before You last year. I really liked it. I think Me Before You, it's one of the only romance novels that I've actually enjoyed. Any other romance novel I don't really like, but I do understand that it's problematic book, but I really liked it. I love the humor in that book. I love how much it made me cry. Like it was great. I liked it. I do realize that it's very problematic. So I don't really recommend it to people just because of that. But when other people are reading it, it makes me happy. I read 18 pages. I'm glad that y'all are reading so much more than I am. Like, it's great. I love it. It's literally just the inner circle shopping for each other's Christmas gifts for 200 pages. Like, cry emoji, cry emoji, cry emoji. Yes. Like I said, you can skip it. How far into it, like how many pages do you have left? Cuz then we can make the decision for you whether or not you're going to finish it. A Court of Frost and Starlight. It's so boring. I agree. I agree with that statement. Excuse me, sorry. I really want to skip it, but I feel bad for skipping a sorrow book. Look here. I read the first like 4 books in the Throne of Glass series and then skip the rest of that series. So don't even feel bad. Like I love ACOTAR. One of my all-time favorite fantasy books is A Court of Mist and Fury. But Throne of Glass for me ain't it. So don't feel bad for skipping Sarah books because I've skipped many. And I still love ACOTAR, so it's okay. Also, I'm so glad that you bought Pretty Girls. Yes, I mean, I've heard a lot about this book, and recently I've heard Haley, I think it's Haley Hughes. I think that's her channel, and she has a count of how many people she's recommended this book so much that she keeps count to how many people read the book after she tells them to read it, like obsessively. And I think she's at like 24 people that she's made read this book. She loves this book. So I need to read it because I feel like nothing can compare to like The Turn of the Key and like Home Before Dark. I really love those. But now that I read any other thriller, like they're not as good. So I'm hoping that this kind of raises the bar, and then I will never read any other thriller that is good ever again in my life after this book, hopefully. Totally forgot Karen was at Y'all Fest. Yeah, she was. Well, the main reason why I really wanted to go to Y'all Fest was Neil Schusterman. And then he canceled the first day that I was in Charleston. I was like, I took a plane. I like flew here. I'm just kidding. I really wanted the original thing why I really wanted to go was to meet Kristen Riccio and Kat O'Keefe and Jesse the Reader because I'd been watching them for so long, for like many, many years. I've been watching them since I lived in Puerto Rico, and I was 13 years old when I lived in Puerto Rico. So I really just wanted to meet them, and then I didn't really care who the authors were there, but it just happened to be that Karen McManus is there. I don't know who else I got autographs from. I met Karen. Oh my god, was that it? I think I wanted to meet Neil Schusterman. I met Christine, so I got her book signed. I still haven't read it. I probably will read that sometime in the summer, but yeah, Karen was there. Definitely will be checking City of Girls. I was so obsessed with Evelyn Hugo. Yes, Evelyn Hugo is one of my favorite books of all time. And this book, it's set in the 1940s in New York, and it's like the showgirl scene. Our main character, it's like a costume designer type of person. So, she's like 19 years old, and she's kind of writing letters to this unknown person about her teenage years. She's like an old woman, and she's writing letters about about her teenage years, throughout the novel. And it's really interesting. It's pretty easy to read because it's like you're reading a letter. So I'm really enjoying it. I've been wanting to read Pretty Girls for so long. I thought you had read it, Liv. I thought you'd read this book. Maybe you've read another Carrie Slaughter book, and that's why I'm thinking that. But I thought you read Pretty Girls. Or maybe Kayla read it, and I thought it was you. But yeah. It's my favorite thriller of all time. No other thriller has ever lived up for it to me. I'm scared now. You're hyping it up, Cammy. I am hyped now. Also, the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout is fantastic. I never read it. I think it's about aliens. I remember Sasha Alsberg really liking the series because it had hot aliens. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know if I'll ever read it now, but yeah. Um, I am reading Truly Devious and Heroes of Olympus. Here's a hot take. I don't like the Percy Jackson series. I'm sorry. This is why I think I don't like middle grade anymore, even though I read Percy Jackson when I was in high school. So that, I mean, it was still middle grade, but I didn't really like Percy Jackson all that much, as much as other people do. But Truly Devious, it's where it's at. I love Truly Devious so much. It's a really good series, and it has another book coming, I think this year, but I'm not entirely sure. I am 75 pages into it. A Court of a Court of Frost and Starlight. I don't know how long that book is, so I don't know how. Let me see. Let's look it up. A Court of Frost and Starlight. Let's look it up to see whether or not you're gonna be DNFing, Linda. We're gonna make the decision for you. Um. Oh my gosh, just went away. A Court of Frost and Starlight. There it is. This book is 272 pages long. So you have 200 more pages. I would say skip it, girl. But ultimately you can make your own decisions. What is your reading goal for the year? My reading goal for the year. Well, my reading goal every year is 52 books because the year has 52 weeks. So I try to do like a book a week. But right now I'm like 6 books ahead of the goal, but I like to keep it low because I like to overachieve. And then after I hit 52, I'll bump it to like 60, and if I reach 60, I'll bump it up again to more. But yeah, I always do 52 books. And yeah, that's what I do. I don't know, but I just started getting into it last year because the years before that I was always in school, so I was never able to read that much. When I was in college, I like completely stopped reading. I wasn't reading for fun, and now that I'm out of college and I'm just like working, I have a bit more time or brain capacity to read. Pretty Girls is very different from both of those books. Okay. Again But Better sounds interesting. I bought it right when it came out, but I haven't read it yet. I feel bad that she's getting a lot of hate for her book, but everyone has their own opinions. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like an interesting concept. It sounds like Anna and the French Kiss to me, and I didn't really love that book, but it just sounds like a cute, um, fluffy contemporary with a little bit of funny. I honestly thought, I mean, I haven't read it, but I think I'll like it because I like Christine's humor. But yeah, I mean, I haven't read it, so I wouldn't be able to comment on whether or not I like it. But everyone has their own opinions. I mean, if some people didn't like it, that's okay. I just don't think that like just because you didn't like her book, it means that you shouldn't keep watching her videos. Like if you liked her videos before you read the book, you should continue watching her. You know what I mean? Better Together, which is her new release coming this year, sounds so interesting. It's a Parent Trap retelling. It does sound super interesting. I do need to read her first one though before I get to this one, I think. I will say it's not for everyone because it's subject matter. I'm assuming that's Pretty Girls. Um, I am trying to go through all of Jennifer L. Armentrout's backlist because of Blood and Ash. It's my favorite series now. That is so great. I'm so happy that you found a new author that you love. You know who I thought was gonna be a new author I was gonna love? V. Schwab. And the first book that I read by her was Addie LaRue. And I did not like that book that much. So oh, Books Past Bedtime is live right now. So this live is ending soon. um I've also had Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings ever since it came out, and I haven't read it yet because of the reviews. Yeah, I never bought this book. I when it first was coming out, I was so excited for them. I really wanted to read it, and then yes, the reviews came out. Uh, Before the book came out, I honestly thought it was gonna be like a Lunar Chronicles type of situation, but apparently it's not. But I don't know. I just haven't read it, so I wouldn't be able to like say anything about it. But I know that Sasha has been working on a book for a long time, but recently a lot of things have happened in her life. So she's been going through a lot of change, and she just moved to London very recently. So I know she's been working on a book that's kind of like Outlander. I think that might be more of her vibe. I think she might flourish more with that book than she did with Zenith. I think Zenith was more of like a Lindsay Cummings type of genre. But then I also don't really know about her writing because I've never read her writing, so I don't know. Oh wow, I just got approved for an e-arc for these hollow vows. Yay! I don't know what that book is, but I'm so excited for you. Was it a NetGalley? I'm so excited. Yay! If you're happy, I'm happy, Cammy. It took me over a week to read A Court of Frost and Starlight. When I read it the first time, I had to force myself to pick it up. Skip it. That's all I'm saying. It's actually 230 pages because there's a court of, I forget the names. I'm not gonna say it. Akasaf, same floor in the back, but I'ma just skip it, sorry, and read the summary because my beautiful copy of Akasaf is staring at me on the bookshelf, begging me to read it. Yes, skip it, girl. Do it. I'm so proud of you, Linda. Addie is different from all the other books by B. Schwab. Well, I'm happy to hear that because Vicious by her sounds super up my alley, and I'm excited to read it. And then I also bought a long time ago A Darker Shade of Magic. So I bought it, so I need to read it. Hello. And yes, Pretty Girls isn't for everyone. Okay. I'm scared now. Thanks. Just kidding. It is my most anticipated book of 2021, and it is described as a cross between The Cruel Prince and A Court of Thorns and Roses. I didn't love The Cruel Prince, but Akatar is my shit, so Vicious is amazing. I know you love Dark Academia, so I knew that if you'd read it, I knew you're gonna like that book. So we'll see if I like it. I think there's yet to be a Dark Academia book that I like, I think, but I don't know. I read the first chapter of Zenith, and the writing wasn't good, in my opinion. No shade, no tea, or anything, so I decided to put it down because it's also very big, and I don't know if I could read all that. I'm curious to know whether, because I don't know how co-authors really work, but I've heard from other authors that pretty much like Jay Asher and Carolyn Mackler wrote a book together, and pretty much they just like one of them wrote a chapter and the other one would come with the second chapter and the other one came with the third chapter. Like they would like each one would write a chapter, but I don't know how they wrote it. So I'm wondering if they like switched chapters around like that, if that was Lindsay's writing or Sasha's, or if it was both of them and it was bad, like then I don't know what to say. Because if there was two eyes on it and an editor and it was so bad, like I don't know. But then who knows? Maybe Sasha's new book comes out, the one that she's been writing about like Scottish folklore, and it's better writing. Maybe it wasn't her fault. I don't know. But that's interesting. I read The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King, and I'm sorry, but the two main characters annoy me. The books are so short though, and I only have the last one left, so I should read it. So, I read The Cruel Prince, didn't really like it. The second book I really, really loved because of the ending. I love endings like that. And then right when I finished it, everyone was like, read the last one right when you finish the second one because they kind of go together. So I would say if you read it recently, yeah, read it. I would say read it, yeah. I would at least finish the series. I don't think the last book isn't my favorite either. I think the second one was my favorite. So, all right. So, excuse me. So, do we want to do another sprint? Do we want to call it a night? Um, I'm actually going to be joining Books Past My Bedtime, her live in a minute. I'm tired of talking and my voice hurts because I'm sick. So, do we want to read one last time or do we want to call it a night? Whoever answers first. I'm sorry because I know some people just got here. Um, and some people didn't get to read. But if you didn't get to read like a reading sprint, um, books past my bedtime. Let me write it on the chat. Books past my bedtime is live right now. Um, so if you didn't get to read, go over to her channel, go subscribe, and she's doing live reading sprints. I'm just like my voice is hurting at this point. So yeah, it's up to you. Probably give it a shot. Okay, so books past my bedtime. Yeah, my voice is hurting. So I think I'm gonna head out now. But thank you all for joining. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm thinking about doing these live reading sprints every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. But excuse me. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm like getting a coughing fit now. So thank you for joining. Sorry. Bye.